Jason, welcome home.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm doing great. Happy to be here. Yeah, it's always a pleasure when I get to see former teammates and some of the wonderful things they do in this city. So really excited to be here.
What was the very first thing you did when you got back to the city?
Got back to the city? I didn't leave the city. I live in the city. Yeah. So I live in Delco actually for the most part, but we're kind of in and around the area all year round.
Now, when it comes to all year round, making an impact all year round, that's everything would change our future. What's the most important thing you would like to do moving forward?
I think, it's tough for me to say because I'm not an expert necessarily in the greatest points of entry and stuff like that. I think, Rodney and Erica have always been big parts of mentorship. And I think that, for anybody that's growing up, you can pinpoint different people. For those of us that had outstanding parents, those are two right there. And I think that anybody that had a coach or anybody else, you realize how much of a difference that makes. And I think that mentorship is a fantastic way to show belief and help educate someone. And I think that Rodney and Eric have always been very much outspoken on that. So I'd probably go there.
Now, when it comes to mentorship, like you mentioned, it's very vital. It's important. Some of us have great parents. Some of us don't have parents at all. What was the biggest difference and mentorship that you had that helped you be the person you are today?
I had a wonderful mom and dad. I had great coaches. I think, for me, at a lot of meaningful moments of my life where you kind of struggle with self-belief, I always was very fortunate to have somebody there, whether it was my dad, my mom, or a coach, that was able to believe in me and cause me to believe in myself. And I think that that's a vital role. And I think one of the greatest things anybody can give another person is belief. So, I think it'd be a long list, to be honest with you. Mom, Dad, Jeff Stoutland, Howard Mudd, Eddie Babcock. I mean, I could go on and on about people that have meant a lot to me.
What was the biggest struggle you overcame when it comes to the fact of you might have had great parents, but might have struggled someplace else when it comes to self-belief, self-esteem, and everything else? And sometimes the biggest impact is believing in yourself first. How did you believe that?
Yeah. So, I was a walk-on coming out of high school. I didn't get a scholarship to any D1 school. So for me, when you don't get a scholarship, pretty much every school is saying, we don't think that you're good enough to play at this level. And, I was fortunate. My grandfather, my dad really encouraged me to pursue that. And it ended up working out. And I think that at a time where I didn't really know if I was good enough, because all of these, experts had told me that I wasn't, to be able to have people in my corner that still believed in me, just reinforced that back. And, I don't know that I would have kept playing without the encouragement of my parents, my grandfather, or my coaches.
Well, you know what? Today is about changing the future, instilling that factor in students and players and the youth, and we're doing that today at the 3rd Annual Sneaker Bowl. So hopefully, we're giving away more money, more opportunities, and you're a part of that too. So thank you so much for making time for us today.
Of course. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.